Chicken in porcini mushroom sauce, Slovak style. Following careful instructions from my wife, this will be my first time making this dish. This recipe is rather simple, with the primary ingredients being chicken, sweet onion, and porcini mushrooms, which are the star of this dish. A little goes a long way. Here we have about 1/4 of an ounce, and they're dried, so we're going to rehydrate them with some hot water. This water, which will be infused with the flavors of the porcini mushroom, will not go to waste. We will be using it in the sauce. And now you're going to season the chicken with salt and pepper and a little bit of paprika. I tend to go a little heavy on the salt because it's going to help to flavor the sauce. By adding enough salt up front, you won't have to add any later in the sauce, or very little. And don't forget to season both sides. Under high heat, in a large pot, we're going to heat up some oil until it starts to smoke. We're going to brown the chicken for about 1.5 minutes on each side. We're aiming for a good sear with some browning. This will really enhance the flavor of the dish. Now be sure not to crowd the chicken. You only want to do one layer at a time, and do multiple batches if necessary. This will ensure a good sear. And once complete, remove the chicken from the pot. So the pot is really hot at this point. Turn the heat down to medium, and if necessary, remove the pot from the heat source. We're now going to cook the onions. Add some oil and the onions, and cook until translucent. As you stir the onions, you'll end up loosening a lot of the crispy bits of chicken off the bottom of the pot. This all contributes to the flavor of the sauce. Notice how I'm pivoting the pot to reduce direct contact with the heat. The pot is still hot and you're trying to avoid burning the onions. Now we're going to add the chicken back into the pot, as well as the porcini mushrooms and the water that they steeped in. Next, we'll add just enough hot water to cover the chicken. And be sure to distribute the chicken so that it is not mounded up. You want to add just enough water to cover them, and not any more. After this, bring it back up to a boil and then to a simmer and let it simmer for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, it's time to thicken the sauce. Here we're going to use some flour. I ended up using a total of about 4 tablespoons with cold water. You're going to mix it in there and continue simmering for another 5 minutes. And after about 5 more minutes, it's ready to serve. You can serve it over pasta, or gnocchi, or my favorite, white rice. Please see the description for the full recipe. To be the first to receive notices for videos like this one, please don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, Bo make food.